Hello, everyone. This is Miss Miku Hour, a Vocaloid podcast where we talk about Vocaloid and Miku. Yeah, I'm M.
I'm Evangeline. Hi.
Yeah, and we're gonna talk about Vocaloid. I thought since Vocaloid is just such like a sort of big, vast sort of medium that it would be really like different to explore through a podcast, if that makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're starting. So it kind of feels like a little bit like an essay, like one of those like high school essays with
Oh
like
yeah.
we're starting with the history of, you
hmm
know?
Yeah.
Yeah. First of all, how did you come to find Vocaloid?
Okay. This is back in like middle school. I feel like a lot of people got into Vocaloid during middle school. It's like the rise of like people starting to use like YouTube and stuff. Scroll on YouTube and I find this really cool video. I think it was a reprint of World Is Mine by Bro. I think yeah.
Yeah.
And and it was so cool to me because I'm like, you can have like music and like music videos and they make like a cool story and like whoa, this is like mind-boggling to me at the time. And like
Yeah.
every day after school I would go home and be on like my iPod touch and I would watch the videos over and over and over again because they're just so cool to me.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that I have like a very specific sort of memory of mine.
hmm
I it was like this whole thing. I was really into nightcore before I was into Vocaloid.
Really.
Yeah, like this whole thing. And I
hmm
would like rock out to nightcore. And a lot of nightcore had like pictures of Miku in it, you
Oh
know?
really. uh
Yeah, so I would always be like, "Who is this anime girl I keep seeing?" You know?
yeah.
And I just dug deeper and I found, like The World Is Mine reprint,
hmm
and I remember seeing Yellow,
Oh yeah.
but like the concert version from like
hmm
Miku 39s or something. And I
yeah.
was like, "Wow, this is amazing. This
Oh yeah.
is probably the best thing." But
Mm-hmm.
I totally know what you mean with the, wow, music and anime girls?
Yeah.
Wow. It really felt like fate almost to find
Yeah.
Miku.
I think this is also during the time where I found like Kagero Project as well. I remember seeing like, the gory, the kind of gory PV.
Yeah.
And like, I was like, wow. And edgy middle school brains like, that's it.
Wow.
That's the stuff.
That's so deep, yeah.
hmm
Yeah, I remember getting really into, like, Neru and Waka in middle
Oh, yeah.
school. I was like,
hmm
"Hell yeah, no one understands," you know?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, definitely Yellow was sort of my, like, big sort of eye-opening moment, and it's still one of my favorite songs, really. I
It's a
always
great song.
Yeah, it's always so magical whenever I see it live because I'm like, "Wow, I've sort of come full circle, haven't I?"
And then I guess from there, I don't know. If I look through like all my like drawings and stuff from middle school, it was all Vocaloid. Like I would draw them all the time during
Mhm.
class. And I have
Yeah.
this memory associated with this one song. I think this is
Mhm.
like 2014 when they did the debut for Flower and the
Oh, yeah.
Honeyworks made this song. It was Detention Teacher. And one of the lyrics in the song was like, "Sorry sensei, I haven't turned in my homework." And during that time, I turned in one of my projects late and I'm like,
Oh
wow.
my god.
I don't know.
Wow. You're like, "I deeply relate to that."
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah. Wow, I remember when Flower came out, and it was so different. I don't remember ever hearing a voice like hers.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. She's so cool. I love
I know.
Flower.
Me too. She's great. She's one of my
Yeah.
favorites.
Yeah, she's really cool. All the gynoid vocaloids are really awesome, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we should we get on with it?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
kind of yeah. So we're talking about the history of Vocaloid. So obviously we got to start with Leon, Lola, and Miriam
Hmm.
in 2004. Now, did you know about their existence? Like when did you find out about them?
I don't know, when I was first getting into Miku, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna look at all this like Vocaloid trivia and whatnot. That's when I found about them, like a little
Oh,
after I found out about
mm.
Miku, I guess. And I'm like, oh, cool. There's these other ones, and they speak English. Wow, I thought they were just like a cool like Japanese thing.
There's these other ones.
There's these other ones, and like
Yeah.
I was listening to their some of the uses of like Leon Lola. I don't think I listened to any of Miriam. I guess in 2004, it was pretty good, you know?
For 2004
Hmm.
standards.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was definitely one of those fans when I was younger. I was like, yeah, like World is Mine by Miku. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I ever thought to consider to like deep dive um about other Vocaloids until, like, later, until maybe 2014, 2015.
Uh,
So I didn't know they existed for a long while. I think I thought, like, the first Vocaloid was Miku, and I
oh,
was like,
really?
"Yeah, oh one, yeah, that's why she's got it on her shoulder, yeah."
She's the first one, the OGs.
Yeah. First Sound of the Future.
Hmm.
But no, she's not. She's the
No.
first of the character series, but not
Hmm.
not ever. And then we have Mako and Kaido, and can you believe they came out in 2006? They're 15-ish, I think. No, hold on. Yes.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They've recently celebrated Mako's birthday for Magical Mirai, I
Oh, really?
think. Yeah,
I think I
yeah.
saw that. Yeah.
And I was blown away. I was like, "She's really 15? That's crazy."
I don't
Yeah.
know. I've never really liked Meiku's voice. Maybe that's why I don't keep up with a lot
Really?
of. I just never really vibed with her voice for some
Mm,
reason. I guess that's just me
yeah.
though.
Yeah, I kinda get it. Like, I don't like how people tune, like, nostalgic, the Mako song. It's like, I don't think that's her range, like, really high pitched.
Hmm.
But when you
Yeah.
have, like, lower Mako songs, I'm like, that's
Yeah.
tasty." Yeah.
Hmm.
Kaido Kaido, I don't know much about. Sorry to all the Kaido fans out there. I stand Snowman, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't. Have you ever listened to like Kaito English?
I
I
know!
mean, does he kind of
Kermit.
sound like? Yeah. I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe, kind of. Like I was thinking about
Kermit.
it a lot, and I'm just cracking up to myself.
Yeah, yeah, for real. Yeah. And I know Circus P uses a lot of like Kaido English.
Mhm. Yeah,
And that's like the barrier for me. Like
yeah,
I can bear to listen to Circus P Kaido.
yeah.
Like 1/4 is a really good
Oh
song.
yeah, I love that song. It's
Yeah.
great.
But at the same time I'm like Kermit Kermit's just singing out his woes in that song.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. And did you read about it? How Kaito was more of a, I think he was more of a failure in comparison to Meku, who sold like more like
Oh,
uh something.
really?
Yeah, and so I guess when Krypton released Kaito and Mako, they're like, Mako's doing really good. Kaito, no more males.
No
That's
more
it.
guys. Yeah.
Only ladies from now on.
Yeah. Maybe that's why they decided to make Green and Len like a package deal. They're like, you have to have both. Do not
Yeah.
separate.
Hmm.
you know?
Yeah, totally.
And of course, after Mako and Kaido, comes Miss Miku, the one and
Yeah.
only, our goddess.
Super
Yeah,
chan.
Miku. Let's see, I discovered her in around 2010. So she'd been out for a couple of years already then, but I know when in like 2007, it sort of took a while for her to sort of take off, and then like Rio and Oster sort of like made songs with her, like making like a sort of character out of her, like with
Mhm.
Melt
Oh, yeah.
and what is that song that Oster Vocaloid in Love. And then people are like, "Oh,
Oh, wow.
cute anime girl sings." Yeah.
Mhm. I feel like when what is it? When Krypton like had like the like super like anime kind of character design, I feel like that's kind of one of her like main selling points. I remember
Mhm.
I was researching. This is a while ago. This wasn't recent, but a lot of when they released her design, a lot of people started making fan art right away, and they're like, "Wow, this character is really popular. People really like this like young like twin tail blue girl." And what else is really important for her popularity was how Vocaloid 2 was a lot clearer in comparison to the
Oh, yeah.
Vocaloid, the first engine. Thinking back to like Vocaloid 2 song, I think Melt was one of a Vocaloid 2 song. I think don't quote me on that, but
Yeah.
it sounded really good for the time. Like
Mhm.
when I think about old Miku songs, I think like a lot of clarity and like I don't know, yeah, they just sound really good
Yeah.
for the time.
Yeah, I feel that, even now in 2020, I'm still in love with, like, Miku V2 Banks,
Mhm. Yeah.
There's something about him, especially, like, Miku Dark. Like, I love
Ooh, yeah.
that soft, sort of whispery Miku, it's so
Mhm.
pretty.
Oh yeah,
It's so
that's
wonderful.
the stuff.
Yeah, and that might just be because I'm, like, a Nabuna stan till I die,
Oh,
and they
same.
use that, but it's such a wonderful, version of Miku. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I wanted to talk about next is the when she has her live appearances. Her I was looking at live appearances and I found this Annie Mello Summer Live thing, and I didn't
Mhm.
know it existed. I did not know it existed at all, literally.
Ooh.
And it's apparently I didn't know what Annie Mello was either, and it's apparently this like really, really big like concert, quote unquote, of like people playing like anime songs, like opening and ending sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, and it's, like, really big, and, apparently in, like, 2009, Miku appeared, and she sang Black Rock Shooter and World Is Mine, and then dipped. Like, that was her whole thing. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and I thought that was really weird because I took a long time to, like, try and find any, like, evidence, I guess, like any recordings or
Mhm.
any tweets or anything.
Mm.
Um, but I couldn't find any. The only evidence I have is that it was on Wikipedia.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah,
What?
so I just thought that was really weird. And then, literally 9 days later, so on her birthday in 2009, she
Mhm.
has, Miku Fest, which was I watched this. I actually found a, full video of it. It was an hour long, and they had sets of producers. So they had Oster first, and then Live Tune second, and then Rio last. And it was so weird. They used like the PSP sort of Miku module,
Mhm.
and she didn't do much. She just kind of sat and, you know, bobbed her head or
Oh,
whatever.
really?
Yeah, there wasn't much sort of happening with her.
Mhm.
But there was like three sort of screens that she would jump from to and back from. And there was a lot of people. I was so surprised with how many people there were because it's like 2009. Who knows who she is? That's crazy.
Yeah.
And another thing, I was just amazed by this. They played Black Rock Shooter twice. They played it
Really?
twice.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
they played it once during the live tune set, which was like a remix, and then they played it during the Rio set, and the people went absolutely crazy. Like
Wow.
I
I mean, I
I
would have too. Like,
yeah, like I know that song is like insanely popular, but I didn't quite realize it until that moment when they just, like the
mhm.
pen lights, when people just kind of like wave them around, they were just
Yeah.
going to town.
Oh
They were
wow.
just jumping and raving and everything. I was like,
Mhm.
wow, they really like that song, huh? And Love is War, they played Love is War twice too. That part where it's like she screams just like really
Oh yeah.
loudly. They paused right before it, and everyone in the audience screamed really loudly.
Oh really? Wow.
Yeah, and then she screamed, and I was like, "Whoa."
Power in the
Yeah,
film.
yeah. I don't think I've ever heard Love is War live because the amount of screaming that I would have remembered, you know?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Bite to your eardrums.
Yeah, for real. I just thought those were really interesting. It definitely felt like a time capsule of sorts, you know?
Mhm.
It was really sweet. I sat there and watched the whole hour. It was I couldn't look away. It's so cute. Right, okay. So after Miku, Krypton's like, well, let's give them more food, and made Rin and Len and
Mhm.
Luca. Made Luca in 2009, I think? No, yes. I think I read somewhere that Miku was supposed to be the first bilingual Vocaloid,
I
but
heard about that too. Mhm.
but they scrapped it for Luca, and I was like, wow. I wonder what Miku would have been like or looked like if she was bilingual. Well, at
Yeah.
the beginning, because she's like trilingual now, you
Yeah.
know?
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, she knows English, Japanese, Korean, I think, and Chinese, so that's
Really?
four. I've heard some songs with her sing Korean, but I don't know if that's just them manipulating her voice to say it
Oh,
or just a voice bank, you know?
probably. I don't think there's any Korean Miko banks. Not that I
Yeah.
know of. Unless,
Unless Krypton is just like secretly sliding
yeah.
Koreans, Miku.
Rico.
I When Rin and Len came out, I was obsessed with them more than Miku, I think,
Oh,
because it was
really?
like too like chaotic. Um I was gonna say twins, but not quite, but
Yeah.
kind of.
Mhm. I mean, I really thinking about like early like Vocaloid like videos. Have you ever seen those like MMD videos where they make like stories or
Yes.
whatever?
Oh
Yeah,
my
and they
god,
always they
yes.
always make them like a family, and I was like, wow, that's great. They're in my mind, they're all a family.
Yes.
That's it. So I still see them as twins. I don't know. I don't know who
Yes.
anybody else does. That's just me.
I vividly see them as like brother and sister.
Mhm.
But oh my god, you brought back such a specific memory. Oh my god. I used to watch all of these MMD videos, and did you watch the ones that they were like the big Miku and like the baby Miku? Oh my god.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think I don't know. It's been a while.
It's been a couple years. But there was like
Mhm.
this video series of like this big, I guess, adult Miku, and she would take care of like her little sisters, I guess, which were also Miku, but they were smaller. And I was obsessed.
Oh, really?
I was obsessed
Wait,
with those.
it's coming back to me. I think. Mhm.
Yeah, there was one where like the the oldest sister was like trying to cook something, but she like cut her finger, and then the little one was like, "Oh no, we're gonna starve."
Oh no.
Yeah, yeah. And then they just like ran around trying to like take care of the house because like the mom Miku was sick or
Mhm.
something. Yeah. Um, those were so good, I think. They were very perfect. I remember, did you watch, the MMD for, Demon Girlfriend?
It sounds familiar, but like
Oh
I
my
can't
god.
I can't really recall. Mm.
It's this really bizarre, like, MMD video. They had, like, these, MMD Cup, like, championships where people would, like, make MMD videos to songs and they'd, like,
Really?
rank them. Yeah, yeah, and one of the winners was this song or, like, video to Demon Girlfriend, a Rin song,
Mhm.
and I was also obsessed with this, and because it was like, Rin trying to, like, persuade, I guess, Len to, like, still be, like, his girlfriend, right? And it had so many vocaloids in it, and it had so many characters in it, and I was like, I'm watching an anime right now."
Really?
Yeah, I was obsessed with it. Please look it up later. It's so
All right,
good.
I will.
It's
I'm
so
setting the
good.
reminder on my phone right now.
It's so good. Um, I have watched it probably 80 million times. Yeah. Moving on. Anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, the introduction of Vocaloid in the West with Miku at the forefront, with Rio's World Is Mine, releasing on iTunes, Amazon. You know, we really wouldn't be anywhere without Rio.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Like, we could have, like, big songs. We could have, like, our Decos and our Pinocchio Ps all we
Mhm.
want, but, like, Rio really walks so that the rest of us could run kind of
For sure.
thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, like, everything on the Supercell album, I think, is, like, incredibly famous. It's got, Melt, Love Is War, World Is Mine, When First Love Ends, all just amazing songs. So, shout out to you, Rio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest here. When I started getting to vocal, like I didn't know who Rio was. Thinking about it, like I didn't know who he was, but I know all this his like famous songs, and like I never really associated him with that until later. I'm like,
Mhm.
wow, this guy, he was doing
Wow.
something back then.
He was really going for it.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, I feel that, that happened to me too, where I just was like, "Haha, look at the pretty anime girl," and I just, like,
Hmm.
didn't connect the dots about which producer was making the music,
Yeah.
and I think that's because, like, mostly, like, reprint accounts were like, "This is a Miku song. It's
Mhm.
pretty." And we're like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, it's pretty." And then we
Mm.
just didn't talk further about it, you know?
Like, by Miku. Okay, I guess Miku made all
Yeah.
millions of songs.
Yeah. Yeah, and people still do that, which, like, blows my mind, I
Oh,
think.
yeah.
Yeah. Right. NND and YouTube became the main communities for Vocaloid. Have you ever been on Nico Nico Doga?
Have I don't know. I like Vocaloid, but I really hate Nico Nico Doga.
Me too.
I hate it so much. Like before they had their English website, everything's Japanese. I don't know. I feel like they never updated it since
Mhm.
2009 or whatever. It looks the same, and
Yeah.
I'm still not sure how any of it works really. I know
Same.
there's like rankings and
Yeah.
stuff, but that's about it. I never
Yeah.
I never really got into like trying to figure out how it works. There's probably I don't know someone out there showing people how it works, but like I don't know.
Yeah.
I kind of gave up.
Yeah, yeah, me too. There was like a sort of like turning point when people started like linking like the NND sort of like original links to songs.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Oh, cool, I'll just go over there." But again, everything was in Japanese and I was just like, "I'm so lost and scared."
Yeah.
you
What does
know?
this do?
And I cannot emphasize how much I hate the, like, scrolling text on the screen.
Oh,
I hate it so much. God, it's
yeah.
so awful. Why would you there's probably a way to, like, turn it off, but again,
Mhm.
I haven't been on there in 84 years, you
Yeah.
know?
It's like you'll be watching something and it's like, oh, like a whole like line of eights, and you're like, what the heck is happening? And like,
Yeah, yeah.
I was
Yeah.
reading somewhere, this is a while ago, but like how like in Japanese, a lot of the numbers can be also read as like syllables as words. You know how
Mm,
I don't know. There's this whole list of like Japanese internet I guess it's internet slang. I guess like people do eights because in Japanese it sounds like pachi, like clapping, or like um, W's is like grass or something. The grass
yeah.
sounds like laughing or something like that. And I'm like,
Yeah,
wow, this is
yeah.
interesting.
They don't I've read about the W's and how it's like I thought it was because, like, it sounds like "wah," and when you say it together like "wah, wah, wah," it kinda sounds like laughing. That's how
Mhm.
I thought it was.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah.
And then people were just like, it looks like grass, and now they just say grass.
Grass.
Okay, grass.
Uh, yeah.
I like to think like a lot of Vocaloid producers have like numbers in their name, and like for the longest time,
Mhm.
I would be like, oh, that guy, that's Deco 27.
I know.
That's uh 96 Nico or something, and I'm like,
Yeah.
and then when you get old and you're like, hey, maybe this means something different, and it's like, whoa, those
Oh my
those are
god, yeah.
words. Hmm.
I only recently discovered, probably in the past few months, that it's not Deco 27, it's like Deco Nina.
Okay.
I only recently discovered that. My
Hmm.
life was upturned when I found that out.
Two breaths walking references Nina in it, and I'm like, it's like Papa, Mama, Nina, and you're like, what the heck does Nina
Yeah. Yeah, when Deco, re-released Two
mean?
Breaths Walking, I fully had that connection. He wrote, "Papa, Mama,
Hmm.
Nina," and I was like, "Oh, wow." Yeah, I cannot
Hmm.
believe it took me 10 years to realize that. Yeah. Also, 96 Neko, I haven't heard that name in 30 years. Wow. I really remember, her "That's a Wonderful Cat Life," video, because I think she sang both parts, the Land in the Gumi part, um, and I was like, "Wow, cat and cat," you know? Yeah.
Really, I know a lot of her covers. She sings it with
Mhm.
Len. Someone does the vocal part for her. I think that one was with Len too, unless I'm
I
mistaken. I'm pretty sure it
Ooh, I don't remember, but I definitely know she sang at least a part of that song,
is. Hmm.
I
Yeah,
think.
and like
Yeah.
her whole like persona was like being a Len fangirl, I guess.
Mhm.
I guess that's why.
Yeah. Imagine being a Len fangirl.
Couldn't be
Uh,
me.
Couldn't be me. Yeah. The recent sort of like Twitter space of Vocaloid of making fun of Len
Mhm.
has really fueled me. I don't know what it is,
Mhm.
but it's like years of pent up stupid banana man.
Yeah.
You know?
Hmm.
He's not even a bad like Vocaloid. Like he sounds great, but he's
Hmm.
just fun to make fun of, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mikuopolis in 2011. Anyways.
Hmm. Go ahead.
Anyways, Mikuopolis in 2011 is the first Vocaloid concert overseas.
Was that in like
I Yeah.
Was it in like LA, or I think it was.
Yeah, yeah, it was in LA. I have it on DVD
Really?
actually.
Wow.
Yeah, I I don't quite at the time, I've been told and I've like seen like videos that like there were a lot of like commercials of like Miku
Really?
in the US. That's where like the bacon wrapped hot dog
Oh,
commercial came from.
really?
Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of people are trying to promote Miku because they're like, this is the new hot thing. I wasn't sort of quote unquote conscious enough to like realize that she was in the US
Mhm.
at 2011 because I was only like a year or two into Vocaloid by then, and I was still like, yeah, world is mine by Miku, you know? Like
Mhm.
I was not paying attention to any of it.
Really?
But I think like in 2013 or so, when I found out that she was in the US, I was so upset. I was like, "No! No, she was here." But then I went to the 2014 one in LA, so it all worked out.
Wow, that's great.
Mhm.
I really wanted to go to a Miku concert. Today, this year was supposed to be my first time going to a Miku concert,
Aw.
and
Oh,
then
no.
I was really excited because I was like, "Oh,
Oh, no.
this is the first real concert I'm gonna go for like stuff that I like. Anything else is just
Mhm.
like, oh, I'm going with my sister to go see like K-pop or something."
Mhm.
And like I was like really excited, and then coronavirus happened, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna
Mhm.
reschedule it to September," and they're like, "Oh, wait, no, not anymore. Nope,
Yeah,
no one wants to come back here."
2021. Yeah, yeah.
And so,
Yeah, I was I was so excited for the 2020 concert.
mhm.
I planned a lot of it. I drew and made stickers of Miku to like pass out to people, and I was like, here's a Miku sticker,
Mhm.
you know, stick it wherever you want," kind of thing. But I literally printed I think 300
Oh my
stickers
god.
that I
That's
just have now. Yeah.
cool.
It's so sad, really.
Mhm.
Uh, but it's so weird because in Europe, they got to have their
Really?
concert because
Yeah.
it's in January, and I'm not
Dang.
saying I'm jealous, but
Oh,
I'm
that's
pretty jealous.
yeah.
Yeah.
But when I think about like Miko concerts, I always thought like, this is really cool, but I was kind of in like, but like it's just a hologram, and they're like, I feel like they play like a lot of the same songs, which is a lot of the more popular songs and like the early Vocaloids era, I guess. And like there's nothing wrong with that, but
Mm-hmm.
like there's like constantly so many more new songs coming out, and like I know the 2020 set list. I thought I did look it up. They did have a lot more new songs, but like I'm always looking for new songs, and I just like I want
Yeah.
something more.
Yeah, I think that's why a lot of people prefer like Magical Mirai over
Mhm.
Miku Expo because like Magical Mirai constantly has like new and different songs. Like I
Mhm.
think last year they had two Harumaki Gohan songs
Really?
and I was like, "Whoa."
Wow.
Wow, yeah, and they had like Kire Carry
Mhm.
On and Teo, I think,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Wow, I would do a lot to go to a Magical Mirai concert."
Yeah.
Yeah. Dreaming Choo Choo,
Oh
they
yeah.
also had. Um, yeah. I think because Krypton thinks that, like, the West just doesn't know as
Yeah.
much, I guess. So they're like, "We'll just play old songs
Mhm.
because that's what they know." And we're
Mhm.
like, "No, no, no, no.
We want the
We know
new
a
stuff.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want the new stuff." I've never been to a Magical Mirai, so I can't really compare them, but I'm betting Magical Mirais are, like, 80 times better than a Miku Expo.
Yeah.
And Miku Expos, I've been to 2 so far. I've been to 2014, 2016. They are amazing. They're fantastic, and they're no, 2018 too. God, I always forget
Oh
that one.
wow.
Yeah, they're really amazing. Like, they are absolutely something you have to experience yourself. It's so
Mhm.
hard to describe the
Yeah.
energy.
That's great. And this year they had one. I was gonna go to the one in Georgia, and I'm like, wow, they have Miku on the East Coast. I'm like, that's amazing. And like
Yeah.
usually I have it like, oh, LA, oh, New York, oh, like Texas or something,
Mm.
and I'm like, I can't go all the way over there.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Mhm.
Yeah, in 2014, I was 12. I was 12 at the time, and, I remember 12 or 13, and I begged my parents, I was like, "Please, I won't ask for anything ever again, please take me to LA to see this hologram dance. Like, that's all I want."
Wow.
Yeah, and I don't know why they did it, but they took me, but, now in, like, 2016 and 2018, they've both come to Texas, thank God. So I'm like, "Aha, now I don't have to fly."
There was an English producer. I think their name's like Miss Sapphire. They're gonna go to the one in Georgia. I'm like, wow, they're so cool. They make a lot of cool English Vocaloid songs. I just found out about them a couple of months ago,
Mm.
and I'm like, wow, you're gonna go there? And I was like, maybe I'll do the same thing. Maybe I'll make a whole bunch of stickers and give one to you because you're so cool. But it wasn't meant to be. I'll have to wait another year or maybe more.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. I remember in 2018, a bunch of producers were like going to different spots
Mhm.
on the tour. And I think Crusher went to New York and Live Tune went to LA. And I've never been more jealous
Oh,
because I love Live Tune. I love Live Tune so desperately,
yeah.
so much. And for Live to just be like, "Yeah, I'm going to Miku Expo, but not your location."
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
Heartbreaking.
I was devastated.
Mhm.
Yeah. No one cool came to the Texas, expo stops,
Oh.
which is understandable, it's Texas.
Mhm.
Um, but there was the Miku paint beforehand
Oh, yeah, I saw
where yeah, oh, they're
mhm.
so
Yep.
cute. We would, like, go I went to a mall,
Mhm.
and found this, like, sort of, like, "hip shop," quote, quote, um, and there was just, like you could tell, it was for the Miku fans because there were, like, people in cosplay, people with merch
Oh,
and
wow.
stuff, like and it was the line was out the door, like, it was line, like, it was so long,
Mhm.
and, they only the little, like, plastic model Miku?
Mhm. I think so.
I, yeah, that they used for the Miku Expo tour,
Mhm.
I I saw her. I saw the real physical material model.
Uh-huh.
I like the PR person was like taking pictures of the line and stuff and was handing the little Miku to people
Mhm.
and they came up to me and was like, "You look like you really want to hold this Miku." And I was like, yes." Desperately.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I had this like talk with the PR person of Krypton, which
Uh-huh.
is wild.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And they were like, "Yeah, yeah, I've like gone to every Miku Expo stop so far, and this is like a crazy line, blah 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 blah." And I was like, "Wow!" And my brain was rotten. I
Mhm.
didn't say anything during that
That's
conversation.
that'd be so cool. Like, if that happened to me, I think I would die on the spot or something.
Yeah,
Just
right. They were like, "Wow." I was wearing this like really old shirt I made where I like drew a bunch of Vocaloid characters on it, and they were like, "Wow, did you draw that? Who's on it?" And I was like, uh."
Yeah, it's
It was so bad. Oh my god. So shout out to that PR person. I still think about you.
yay.
Yeah. Yeah. They were really sweet though. I was just intimidated.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, here, something I want to add is I don't know when this came out. Did you ever see that Fine Bros
Mhm.
react video, or like old people react to like
Oh my
Vocaloid?
god.
And
Yes.
I was like, wow, this is like, I don't know. I wasn't really closeted weeb back then, but like,
Mhm.
I was just like, wow, people are like, are looking at Miku, these old people, these old people, they're like, wow, look at that dancing hologram in the sailor suit. And I'm like, wow. And I'm like, this is great. Like people can see the stuff I like. And I was looking at the comments, they're like, this is so weird. And I was like, don't no, I
Yeah,
like it. This is
yeah.
what I like.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that, they kept showing the same, like, footage of
Mhm,
her, like, World Is Mine, live,
mhm,
and, like, over and over again, and I remember one elderly person was like, "So you're telling me these people pay money to see a hologram? Light. They pay money to see no one."
mhm.
And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, we do."
That's the thing. I mean, it's still live music. Like,
Yeah, yeah. I think a lot of it when it comes to, Miku concerts, Miku expos kind of thing is just like the energy and knowing that there's other sort of fans, you know?
yeah.
Yeah. Like there's something about it just
Mhm.
like when like World Is Mine plays and you're all just like yelling Ichiban Ohime-sama kind of thing. Like you're all
Uh-huh.
doing it.
Mhm.
You know? It's really weird. But good weird, you know?
Yeah. I love this. I love the singing robots and the holograms.
Yeah, I do a lot for the singing robots.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And like I guess seeing that video was like just people acknowledging like the stuff that I like. And like when I told my
Mhm.
family, I didn't really tell my family that I like Miku. My sisters, they're just kind of like, "Hey, what's on your thing? What's on your phone? Oh, you like this? That's so weird. I'm gonna plug in your phone to the aux cable in the car so everyone can listen to the weird stuff you like." And I'm like, please no.
Oh, no.
And like I never got
Oh,
over that, but like, hmm.
yeah. I was the opposite. I would just slowly buy Miku
Mhm.
merch, and then eventually my room has blue walls now, so yeah, it's got like, I don't know when my parents started to notice, probably after the 5th Miku figure,
Oh, wow.
but but they're like, "Who is this blue lady?" And I'm like, uh, I don't know how to tell you guys." Yeah. I just kind of indulged and hoped they never asked, because it's always such, like, a hard thing to talk about, if that makes sense,
Yeah,
you
I
know?
feel you.
Because with most people, it's like, yeah, I like, big pop star A or big rock person B,
Mhm,
and like, oh, cool, a real sentient human being.
mhm,
And then you look at us and it's like, yeah, I like a program that makes noises that
mhm,
kind of sounds like singing, you know?
mhm. Yeah,
Yeah. And it's really wild. Like you have to explain the whole thing to
mhm.
them, and it's not worth it. It's
Yeah,
not worth
and like
it.
when I was researching, like, and I there's another video I like to think about. It's some Polygon video. They're like, oh, is Miku the new Justin Bieber or something, or like,
Oh my god, yes.
yeah. And,
I've
and
seen
I was thinking
that.
about that, and there's this another article written by this other like music website. They're like, oh, Hatsune Miku is the new thing, and like the whole article was just about, oh, this is such a weird thing. They have holograms, and like there's this weird
Yeah.
culture of these fans that like to dress up weird and go to dark rooms and have their pen
Oh, it
lights and
makes it
stuff.
sound so bad.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's not like Vocaloid culture at all. And I'm like, somebody show this
Oh,
man. And I don't know.
yeah.
It was just so jarring to read that as like being in the Vocaloid community.
Yeah, yeah. And I think another part of it, like, is sort of like people sort of looking at sort of Vocaloid culture and being like, "Oh, well, that's just quirky, crazy Japan." And I mean, that's like a whole thing to unpack, right? Like, it's not great, you know, people have, like people do, what am I trying to say? Like, um, I feel like a lot of Westerners will look at like Japanese culture and be like, that's so weird, that's so quirky,
Yeah.
that's Japan, you know?
Yeah, yeah, and that's just like a tiny. That's the tip of the iceberg, and like the rest of the
Mhm.
Japan is very like normal, and everyone else in Japan thinks that
Yeah.
people who go to like Vocaloid concerts are weird too. It's like,
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like a lot of people will just like look at like quote unquote otaku culture or like anime culture and be like, that is Japan, which is like kind of racist, but like not also like entirely true, you know?
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, I guarantee you there are people in Japan who are like, "I don't associate with Hatsune Miku," you
Yeah,
know?
uh-huh.
"I do not vibe with her." And I mean, that's totally fair, you
Mm-hmm.
know? I, just think it's really weird how people in America are so quick to just, like, look at this,
Mm-hmm.
like, Miku in general, and be like, "That's so bizarre,"
Yeah.
you know?
It's like, I guess I guess being in this it Vocaloid ingrained it's ingrained it to me now. It's not weird to me, but like to any other like
Mhm.
normal kind of person who only listens to like I don't know mainstream music, they're like, that's weird, that's odd, that's everything everything and above, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
It really is weird to think about. Okay, so I we talked about Magical Mirai and we talked about Mikopolis and stuff. We didn't talk about Western Vocaloid producers. Do you remember your first English Vocaloid song?
I think the first songs I came across are the Circus Crusher collab song, Sir Crush, and
Oh,
like those were so great. And I
mhm.
have YouTube music on my phone, and I'll be driving in my car, and like it'll play like Wildfire or something. And I'm like, and I'm jamming out. I'm like, I haven't listened to this song in so long, but
Yes.
like those songs were so good, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah, Wildfire or, Karma, the Rin song Karma, um, by Sir Crush, I think. I think they collabed on it. Kind of Thing, Insanity,
Mhm.
also. Another one I really remember, is Tarantula with
Oh yeah,
Oliver.
oh yeah.
I think Steam Pianist made that. But
Wait,
I don't remember if I don't remember when Oliver came out, so I don't remember when that came out, you know?
mm,
But that was another memorable one for me because I was like, "Ew, he's eating a
oh
spider."
yeah. I think the person that made Tarantulas, Momo Cashew. She's, do you know,
Oh, my bad.
they had music for, Demo? I remember because I was looking at her stuff. She's the vocalist for Millie. You know
Uh,
that band?
I don't, but uh-huh.
I don't know. I was also obsessed with Demo in middle school, high school. It's this
Yeah, yeah.
rhythm thing.
I played some demo. I've known a lot of like Vocaloid fans who are into like demo
Mhm.
and like other rhythm games. Maybe it's just because the music aspect of it, I don't know. Or the story, I don't know.
I don't know, I only played a little
Yeah.
bit, but I loved all the Millie songs, and so I went on this like research frenzy looking up Momo Cashew. She's the vocalist of Millie. She made Tarantula too. She has a few
Uh,
other really great songs that I really love that use Oliver and like Yo Hyo, I think they're really good.
I didn't know that. That's on me. I remember just a lot of circus kind of just dominating for a while. And then Ghost sort of appeared and
Oh,
they made like edgy sort of
oh,
like songs with like V Flower and Gumi, and I was like, yes, I am eating this up.
hmm. Oh, man, I
Yeah.
really love their, I don't know, their like 50s themed storyline. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was really cool to me, and I would listen to Housewife Radio a lot, and like, oh wow,
I love that song.
it's
Yes.
great.
Their art's really pretty
Mhm.
too.
Yeah, and I love. Oh, they make a lot of like Hachi-esque kind of songs. If you
Oh,
can I guess.
wow, you know that you say it, you're totally
Yeah,
right.
like
I didn't make that
yeah,
connection,
like
but I can hear
mhm,
it.
the way they illustrate their PVs and like the music is just very it's very Hachi like, and I'm like, wow, this is
Yeah.
great. I love
Wow.
Kenshi Umezu. He's my favorite.
This is like completely off topic, but did you listen to Bootleg?
I did.
I mean, not Bootleg,
Oh,
Stray
yeah,
Sheep.
I did. I listened to. I was obsessed with those. I don't know. I don't. Not to sound mean, but like I kind of didn't like Tracy. I don't know. That's
Really?
just me.
Oh,
His,
I'm so obsessed with it.
there's like because I listen to it a lot when I'm driving, and it's like there's 9 new songs on that one, and I only like a third of the new songs. I don't know why. I just I like Kanden. I like Decollete, and I like Placebo. That's it. And like the six other
So
like
good.
the 6 other songs are just like old like singles and whatnot. But I've already been listening to that for like the past
Mhm.
2 years already. So like I can't listen to it anymore because I've listened to repeat like millions of times. And so I only get
Yeah,
to listen
yeah.
to like 3 songs, and I was kind of sad about that. But that's just me.
Yeah, it was weird looking at the track listing and seeing like Lemon
Mhm.
and Uma Toshika and Ghosts of the Sea and like all of these like really Paprika and all these like really popular songs that have like already been released as
Yeah,
singles on this. And I was like, "Oh, okay."
yeah.
kind of thing. But I like a lot of them so far. Bought the Difference, I believe, is the English translation, or Same Difference, I think.
Oh
It's
really?
like Machigai Shi Guy or something like that. It's
Mhm.
so good. Ugh, heartbroken that you didn't mention that one.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I think I like that one too, but I'm kind of on the fence on the other ones. I don't know. I'll listen.
Mhm.
I'll force myself to listen to it some more, and force myself to like it because you said so.
Mhm. It's such a good album.
Yeah.
He's doing great.
Hmm.
I love him so
Yeah.
much.
He's.
Campanella! Oh my god, you didn't mention Campanella.
I don't know.
I love that
You do.
song.
I didn't vibe with that song. I for some reason
Really?
I don't know. Maybe
Oh.
I don't know.
It's the ending that gets me of that song where he's just like very like emotionally saying like Campanella at the end. It sounds like a cry almost. Oh, it's so good. I love it. Very good album. Stream Stray Sheet by Kenshi
Yeah.
Yonezu.
This is off topic. I'm gonna talk about it anyway. That's so bad of me being a Yorushika stan, and I can't even remember the name of their album, the latest one. Did you listen to that?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Plagiarism.
Oh
Yes,
yes,
yes.
yes, yes. That's
Hell yes.
mm.
I am a Yoroshika stan till I die.
Hmm, hmm.
I love them so much. They're so
I
amazing.
know. They-
Yeah, I literally stayed up the night and I was like, I kept refreshing like Spotify
Really?
and yeah, and I was like, when is it?
Mm,
When is it? And they did this thing where they only release, like, they only let you listen to like the songs they've already released on the album.
uh-huh.
So I was sitting there at like midnight just looking at the songs that have already been
Oh,
released.
wow.
I was just like, ah, let me
I know
in.
that feeling. I love seeing Nabuna and Sui succeed. It's just so great because when they first came out, they didn't have any of their music on Spotify, so I had to buy physical albums, And like,
Mhm.
I really hate ripping the music from CDs. It takes so long, and like I have nothing
Yeah.
in my house to do it. I had my dad's really old laptop. And it took forever, but
Yeah.
like it was worth it.
So worth it. Yeah. I I don't really own CDs. I kind of wish I did because they're like a cool physical sort of like merch of music.
Yeah.
The only one I have is a Love Live CD. That's the only one I have. I am in love with Plagiarism. It's a very cool and very different album. It's very different from Yorishika's normal, quote unquote, normal style, you know?
Yeah. You watch A Whisker Away? Did you watch that
Yeah.
ending song? They played this Yoroshiga song, but it wasn't on
Mhm.
their album because I really wanted to listen to that. I was watching on Netflix and I'm like, this is great. I want to listen to this, and I look at the album and it's not on there, and I'm like, oh, why?
Yeah, yeah, the like ending credits song.
Mhm.
Yeah. Um, I think it might be on, like, the Whisker Away, like, soundtrack, like, OST or something? I don't know. I haven't been able to find it.
I saw it on
Except
YouTube or something.
yeah, yeah, except for, like, YouTube reprints, but I don't wanna,
Mhm.
like, start that whole thing over
Yeah,
again, you know?
I know.
Yeah.
Ooh. It's it's just really hard to find some like Vocaloid songs. I really wanted to get into it, and like I use like mostly Spotify, but a lot of producers haven't made a switch over to like um digital like streaming platforms, and that made me really
Mhm.
sad. Um, but I think one of the I do have I have a Kenshi Yonezu CD.
Ah,
It's
I'm so
Yankee.
jealous.
It's Yankee.
Yankee.
It's my favorite album. I used to listen to all this stuff. There's people would put it on SoundCloud or something, and I would listen to it all the time. And I finally bought the CD like a couple months ago, and I was just like, oh, wow, this is wonderful. This is my whole like early high school, middle school. This is the only thing I listened to.
I feel that, yeah. Let's see. Bootleg was really, really big for me. It
I
came
love
out when I was in high school, and I was absolutely obsessed with all of it, every
it.
single song. And I still like blast it, you know?
Hmm.
Everything on there is so good, you know?
I love it. Great.
Yeah. I would do a lot for a bootleg CD. Anyways.
Yes, yes. Let's keep
Yeah.
going.
Yeah. That's so funny. I was actually thinking we could do like an episode about Kenshi Yonezu, like his history.
Mhm.
But we kind of just wrap that up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stan Kenshi Yonezu.
And Fat Man.
Stan him.
Oh, he's really
Love him.
tall. Did you know he's really tall?
I saw a picture of him with some other people, and I was like, "Wow." Oh, I saw him with Wawaka, and I was
Uh-huh.
like, "Wow." I can't tell if Wawaka is really tiny or he's just really big.
I think he's like 6'1" or something. I'm
Yeah.
like, I guess that's really tall by like Japanese standards. But like in one of his music videos, I think it's Lemon, he wears like heels. And so like
Yeah.
how tall would he be if he's wearing heels and
Oh,
he's like 6 feet? I don't know. That's just something I think about a lot.
I'd do a
Oh.
lot to see him stand up in those heels, and those were like 4-inch heels too.
Mhm.
Oh
Well,
my god.
a
Yeah.
giant man.
Giant man, yeah. Yeah. He's so big, and for what? So, I sort of made, like, a sort of note of notable songs that came out from 2011 to 2016, because I feel like those are, like, the, really big years, you know, that people started, like, producing a lot of a
Yeah.
lot, you know? So, let's see. In 2011, we have Rolling Girl, we have Strobe Blast,
Ooh,
Fire
ooh.
Flower, Tokyo Teddy Bear, Trick and Treat, and Rip Release.
11 out of 10. All of them.
All of them, all of them. Yeah,
Oh,
they're all so good. Yeah, I noticed that a lot of like 2011 songs have like they're either like really happy or really sad, you know?
yeah.
Yeah, they're
Mhm.
either like really creepy, you know, because I think that's when like Dead Circus Party, I think is what it's called. Um the one where it's like Miku, Rin, Len, Luca, you know, like all of the Kryptonoids with
Uh,
like Gumi and Gakupo, and they're like in a circus, but it's like creepy, you know?
oh yeah, I think I remember. Yes.
Um, yes. And I think 2011 is when Alice in Wonders. Oh, I can't remember. It's the one with the cards. I was talking about this on Twitter the other day, how I couldn't remember the name of that song, and I was like, what is that song with, like, Alice, but, like, Mako has, like, a chainsaw or something, and, like, there are, like, doors, and, like, Kaido has, like, dies from a flower. It was, like, this whole thing, you know?
Mhm. I
I
think I
still can't
remember
I can
that.
never remember that song's
Mhm.
name. But it was, like, really creepy. Anyways, a lot of creepy songs came out in 2011.
Yeah,
A lot of
yeah.
creepy or sad. Um, and then 2012, you know, Yume Yume Deco was like, "Hi."
I'm here.
Um, yeah, 2D Dream Fever, Irony, 39, and Common World Domination.
Boo. I
We
love
see Pinocchio P for the
him.
first time.
A great guy. I love his stuff.
Yeah, me too. Did you see his sort of like live the other day?
He's alive.
Yeah, yeah, he did this like quarantine live, I guess, where it was just
Really?
like him and like a drummer and another DJ where he
Mm.
just played like a set list of Pinocchio P songs and he streamed it. It was very fun.
Uh, I
Yeah.
always miss vocal peace streams because they are the only time I see them is like if I'm up at like 3 a.m. in the morning and they're like,
Mhm.
oh, I'm gonna stream now because it's
Yeah.
normal time in Japan. I'm like,
Yeah, I think I was around like 3 or 5 in the morning.
wow, no wonder.
Yeah, yeah. But, it was really cute because he played probably an hour or, like, 2 hours worth of songs, even old songs like, Matsuri, Hey, Come On,
Ooh,
and even this was before, Secret Himitsu came out, the brand new
nice.
Pinocchio P song. Came out yesterday.
Mm.
He previewed that, and we were like, "Ah? Huh?" Yeah, it was really fun. I think they're I try to often go to, like, quote, unquote, like, live streams or lives or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, I set a timer on my phone for, like, 3 AM or whatever,
Really?
for Yorushika's live. They
Oh,
had Yeah, they were doing like a live talking about plagiarism, their album, brand new, and they were like just talking, they're just hanging out.
mhm.
And Suisse's voice is so pretty. I could not get over it. I was
Oh,
just absolutely enamored, like so pretty. And I with my minimal like understanding of Japanese, I was just like, "Uh-huh." Uh-huh. For
yeah.
like 2 hours.
Yeah. And I
And
love how. And sorry, do you want to go ahead?
oh, no, go ahead, go ahead.
Someone translated one of their interviews, but I don't know.
Mhm.
Nabuna wanted to use a lot of Sue's like lower range, and like hearing her lower range in plagiarism, it was just it was so wonderful because I can never sing along to some of the Yorushika songs because I can't really go that high, but like hearing that lower range, it's like wow, that's so beautiful. Wow.
Yeah, yeah, when, I'm trying to remember the song name, when, like, it's called, like, Stage Theft? It's something theft. But when it came out, And Suisse is just like all like low range. I was like, is that really her?
Yeah, it was like,
I was
who is
blown
this?
away. Yeah. It took me like half the song to sort of like realize it was her because there was like a high note and I was like, yeah, yep.
No, that's you.
Yep. Yeah. So all of Plagiarism has like deeper, like lower tones and it's very tasty.
Wonderful.
2013 has like Raspberry Monster, Age Age Again, Nina, and I My Elegy.
Key
So a
songs.
bunch of rockers, bunch of real bangers with that one. And then 2014, that's when Echo came out by
Mhm.
Crusher. Tale of a Deep Sea Lily, always a fave.
Mhm.
Streaming Heart, Glass Wall, and Patchwork Staccato. Those are some notable,
Some good
great,
songs.
fantastic ones.
Mhm.
I was obsessed with Nabana. I still am. But when
Mhm.
I heard Tale of a Deep Sea Lily, I was like, wow, this hits different, you know?
That is true. I
Yeah.
really love that song. I love the PV for it too. It's so imaginative and like, oh,
It's
I don't know,
so pretty. Ugh. And
wonderful.
I was so happy when it got into Diva X.
Mhm.
Um, and they even have like this really adorable model for her with like shorter hair and like these cute little bows in her hair.
Aw.
It's all so cute. And it's just I remember playing that song specifically in Diva X on like extreme for like hours because I was like, this is
Wow,
the only song I care about.
that's great.
Yeah.
I love what's it on the Switch? It's not Mega Mix. Mega Mix.
Megamix. Oh my god.
I really love. I also had Project Mirai on my DS too, but like
You too? Oh my god.
I love Miku. I love everything, but I suck at rhythm games. I
Oh,
really
me
do.
too.
I really do suck, and I want
Yeah.
to play it, but I'm like, will I even make it past like the bottom score or whatever? Never
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, it's so weird. I used to be really good at like Diva F and F second
Mhm.
and X, but when I got to like Future Tone or Mega Mix, I was like, I can't do this because they have different like charts and stuff
Mhm.
and Future Tone has like, like fours and threes and stuff and I was
Mhm.
like, this is too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've slowly been playing Mega Mix like slowly winding up to extreme songs.
Oh wow.
Mhm.
I can only do normal. That's it.
Really? Oh,
I can just
wow.
barely do normal. That's it. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
have no hand-eye coordination. It's
I
nothing.
remember I got an excellent on Weekender Girl and I was like, I'm a gamer. I've made it. When it's like the easiest extreme song.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I am really enjoying Mega Mix.
Mhm.
Um 2015 is Hand in Hand. That was for Magical Mirai.
Mhm. Nice.
Uh, News 39, and then we have Marry You.
Ooh,
Ma-
I love
ma- my me
meet you. Blah, blah, blah.
um My R
Nice.
Kuragaki,
Mhm.
Be Who I Wanna Be, and Blue Star. So all in all, very good songs.
Songs, yeah.
I was obsessed with Hand in Hand live tune
Mm.
for a long time. I would think it was my favorite sort of magical Mirai theme until Green Light Serenade, I think.
Really?
Mhm.
I'll be real with you. I think Green Light Serenade is the worst Magical
Ooh,
Moonlight team.
really?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
What? Why
It's
don't you
not.
like it?
I don't know why I don't like. I think it's the way um he tunes Miku. I've never been like.
Oh,
I think that's why I don't like it that much. That's probably why. I don't know. It's. I don't. I think he didn't. He also did the song for like Tail.
Yeah,
I know.
Amoy.
I don't really like Teo either because of that.
Oh,
That's
I
just me.
I love Amoy because of the obnoxiously like loud tuning. It's so good.
That's
Yeah.
just this tuning is just not for me. I want to make it's like a ranking list for all the magical Mirai themes, but like I
Oh.
think the best one is probably last year's Bless Your Breath and Sanana Wakse or Sand Planet 2.
Ooh.
Like those are like
Bless Your Breath is
I
very good.
every time I listen to it, I'm like, this is it. This is I love it
Yeah,
so much.
yeah. I saw the Magical Mirai video when they played Bless Your Breath and when everyone was like, whoa, 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 whoa,
Yeah,
and that was magical,
yeah.
and at the end of the concert they were playing the soundtrack to the song, but not like Miku singing, but everyone was still chanting, and I was like, "Whoa!" It sent
Oh,
shivers down my spine.
I love that part.
Bless Your Breath is very good,
Yes.
and Meteor by Divella, that's
Mm,
very good.
mm,
Lots of very good, lots of very good Magical Mirai songs. I
yes.
think we should definitely rank them. Though I think, I think we'd have different
Yeah.
lists. Oh my god. A Moy hater. Oh my god.
That's me.
So heartbreaking.
I'm
So
sorry.
good. um 2016 we have Ghost Rule,
Ooh.
Dapo Rock, Alien Alien, Hana
Mhm.
Furashi, Reversible Campaign,
Ooh.
Kire Carry On, Kimagure Mercy, and All I Need Are Things I Like. Can you believe these all came out in 2016?
No. I know we were talking
Oh
about
my
this a while
god.
ago, but like I have ever since like 2016, 2017, I'm like I can't really make sense that it's already 2020 because back then I was like 2020 is the future. And now we're in
Yeah.
2020, I'm like, what? That was what? Huh?
Yeah.
What year is it?
It's really crazy to see all those songs that came out the same year,
Mhm.
because I remember I think Ghost Rule came out later in the year because I remember Dapo Rock was anything anyone would ever like stream or talk about or play. Be
Yeah.
like, hell yeah, Len Banger, and I was like, hell yeah. Everything on the Cynicism album by Neru is very good. That's where Double Rock is on,
Mhm.
and uh, it's so good. I love Neru's new like funky
Uh,
style. It's very good. He's very funny. Do you follow him on Twitter?
Ew. He's so. I have so many like his tweets just like saved in my phone because it's just so wonderful.
Yeah. I recent I recently retweeted one of his tweets that was like, all of my fans are like the Nair fan base should be titled poor. I just thought that was
Oh
I
my
just thought that
god.
was very funny.
I mean,
I mean,
he's not wrong.
yeah.
Maybe.
Oh my god, he's very funny. He's very chaotic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There aren't a lot of like. I don't, maybe not for me. I know Pinocchio B talks a lot. Does a lot of English tweets.
Mhm.
I'm not sure. I think, but just like be able to connect with the Western Vocaloid fans in general is just great because they're like, yeah, he could say like just a random jumble of words and we'd be like, yeah,
We
wonderful.
went we went the bar is so low that like any of the producers could be like, "Hello," and we'll be like, "Yeah." You know?
Huh? I feel.
Yeah. Yeah, Neru's birthday was also the other day, I believe, and he tweeted like, "Hello to all my Western fans. Thank you for the birthday wishes in English." And I was like, "Whoa. We are communicating."
That's great.
Yeah, it really is super cool. I know Pinocchio P has also tried to learn English. I admire Japanese producers so much when they try and learn English. It's such
Oh
a hard
yeah.
language, you know?
Did he live stream that once? I feel like he
He
did.
did, yeah.
I'm not making things up in my head.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah. When I made that, like, 2011 to 2016 list, I realized just how many Miku songs there were and not, like, any others,
oh wow, really?
you know? I was like, "Oops, oops, favoritism, oops."
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm positive there's some bangers from, like, Luca or, like, Rain and Len that came
Mhm.
out. And, of course, in 2016, Anamanaguchi made Miku, the
Miku.
song. Ooh-wee-oo. You know?
Mhm.
And you know it's so crazy? In both 2016 and 2018, Anamanaguchi played as the opener for Dallas, and, it was, like, really wild to, like, see them in person. They have some really good songs,
Mhm.
and, at the, end of 2018 as their opener, they played another, like, Vocaloid sort of Anamanaguchi song, and I
Mhm.
was like, "Whoa." They're like, "Yeah, we
Wow.
haven't released this yet. It's like a secret."
Oh really?
Um mhm.
Ooh.
Um, but then they didn't play Miku as their opener, like, they
Really?
didn't, and I was like, "Where is it? Where is
Really?
it?"
It's so important.
Yeah, but she did Miku sang it at, like, the end of the concert or something, I don't quite remember, but I was like, "Ah, there it is. Ah."
Ah,
They're pretty cool. I haven't had, like, a up close conversation with them, but they vibe, I think.
mhm. Cool people.
Yeah, so Miku goes viral. Like, everyone's heard it. And I
Mhm.
think that's sort of like the song that a lot of non Vocaloid fans know, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's got like really good tuning and it's like really catchy. And do you know who does the tuning for that song?
I tell who does.
I don't know. I have asked, like I've looked high and low and I don't
Really?
maybe just Anamanaguchi does.
Maybe. Hmm.
It's just such perfect tuning, you know?
It's really nice. And I don't know, it's the thing on Twitter a while ago. It's like people did like fan cams of Miku, but it's that one
Mm.
like kind of rappy part. She's like, oh, something poison snake, and she's dancing. Or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just really funny to me for some reason. It's
Yeah, I haven't seen that. That's so funny. But I do know that Miku has gotten really popular on TikTok.
oh yeah, I've seen it a lot.
Yeah, and to the point where I don't think people like know it's Miku or Vocaloid, you know?
Really?
Yeah, because you'll just see like just people because you know how like on TikTok there's like just like transition videos or just like fun I'm doing my thing sort of
Uh-huh.
video. I think I've seen a lot of people use that sound because it's just like ooh oo, you know?
Uh-huh.
And I don't think people like know that it's her. So she's just kind of like snuck in, you know?
I mean,
She's
the name of
really
the song. How do you not know?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, she's like snuck in. And it's so funny. Also another really popular TikTok sound is the Miku cover of Dorime. I don't
That's great.
um by Control Alt Delete and it's like really weird to see like just people making shit posts to that song and hearing Miku.
And
You know?
there's so many like Vocaloid songs I hear on TikTok being used, but like
Mm.
I don't know. There's what's the one that's really popular right now? It's like Lost Umbrella by
Yes, Lost Umbrella.
forgot the name of the producer, but they do a lot of karaoke songs. I love Kayuki. Her voice is so nice. I love like really soft, whispery kind of voices, and
Hmm.
like it's wonderful.
Yeah. I hadn't heard of them before TikTok, and then it got really popular, and I was like, all right, who is this? You know?
Mhm.
Yeah, so I did like a backwards sort of search. It's so hard to find like audio from TikTok because it's like you compress the thing, but it's like it might not be called like the song, you know? So it's like, oh God.
Name it whatever. They're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're following, or my sound blew up or
Yeah.
something. Like that doesn't help
Yes.
at all.
So I had to click on the sound and I had to like listen to the lyrics and then type them in to like Google.
Uh huh.
Yeah. It was an adventure, surely, but I found it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Please, on TikTok, name your sounds the song.
Yes.
Please.
Please.
So I don't have to do that
Hmm.
again.
Oh, you get like a million comments like, "What's the song? What's the song? What's the song?" And it'll save
Yeah.
people so much time.
It
Just
really
to.
will. I spent like probably like an hour or two just trying to find that song.
Oh wow.
Mhm. 'Cause it was like, I had to listen to the lyrics, but the lyrics were already, like, a little choppy, and with my terrible Japanese, I was like, you know?
Yeah. I feel you.
So I was, like, just kinda, like, half finding it, but yeah, it was an adventure.
For sure.
We didn't even talk about, like Jin or, Mathi, who made, like, Kage Pro. It's Kage Pro Day, by the way.
Yes,
Happy
yay.
Kage Pro Day.
Happy birthday, I guess. Not really
I
that happy,
guess.
but yeah,
Yeah, it's sad, I
it's kind of.
guess.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, Jin, making Kage Pro, game changer. I also were you obsessed with Evil's Chronicles? I was.
I liked it, but right as I was getting to Vocaloid, I guess I kind of like left it in the past. I see it pop up a lot because people still really like it, even though it's been like a decade already. And like,
Mhm.
it's not that I hate it, but like I feel like there's so many like new things coming out, and like I don't know, I really like it, but I feel
Yeah.
like people just don't know when to let things go sometimes. But like that's the same way with me. I still love Kagero Project, and
Yeah.
it's been years. So like, I'm a
You're
fan.
like, "Oh, these Renan lens stands. Oh, they're so annoying." And here you're like, "Yes, I know. Stunning."
Yeah, but yeah, it's
Yeah, I was absolutely obsessed with like the Evilist Chronicles, the whole like you know, the seven deadly sins kind of
yeah.
thing and like the deep lore within
Mhm.
everything is also good. Nothing will hit as well as when those like first lines of Servant of Evil. Ah, so good. So good.
Mhm.
Mothi recently, not recently, but came out with like a 10th anniversary version of most of his songs, which is wild. A lot of producers have been doing that. Like Cantarella got a 10-year update.
Ooh, I
Two
saw.
Breaths Walking got a 10-year update. Yeah, a lot of songs from like old producers. Oh, and you know, this was a while back, but Miracle Paint. Oster remade Miracle Paint
Oh
too.
really? Really?
Mhm. Yeah. So I feel like a lot of producers, like old producers are like, let's redo it, you
Yeah.
know?
I mean the
Yeah.
classics. You just can't just not redo it for the 10th
Yeah.
anniversary.
Yeah. I also okay, you wrote Shuen the Shuen no Shiori, and I had never heard of this in my life.
Really?
No, no, I'd never heard of this. And when you wrote it, I was like, oh god. I should I should know about this before we talk about it.
I mean, to be honest, the only reason I really knew about it is because when Yampu, she did a lot of stuff for Kage Project, and
Mhm.
then she also did stuff for Shua no Shiori. It's called Bookmark of Demise in English, I think. I should have wrote that down, but sorry.
Mhm.
It was that's the only reason I really knew about it. I never really heard about any of the songs back then. I tried to get into it, but like it was a lot harder to get into because I feel like not too many people knew about it. But it was still, I guess it was more popular in Japan probably, and like there weren't a lot of
Yeah.
people like translating it. Like Kagero Project. There's like a
Mhm.
bajillion translations for that. So I
Yeah.
guess that's why no one ever heard of it. But like it was really cool. They had a manga come out for it. I read that years ago.
Yeah, I looked into it and it's this whole thing. I'm surprised. I actually did hear one of the songs. I just didn't realize it was part of the series. Like Warning of Imposters
Mhm.
is the song I heard with IA. And it's this whole series of like these four teenagers who like do some crazy Ouija board sort of
Mhm.
type thing.
Yeah,
And they
supernatural.
like, yeah, supernatural, and it's like a horror sort of series where they like all die in the end.
Yeah.
And when I was reading the wiki, I was like, what is happening? I
That's
could
great.
not figure it out for the life of me because it was like, character A did this, but actually in the real timeline, character B did this, and I was like, oh god, it's worse than Kake
Yeah.
Pro.
So many different cycles,
Yeah.
timelines, whatever. Oh,
Yeah, yeah, and I actually read some of the manga you were talking about because I was like, "Maybe the manga will explain it." It did not. I
uh-huh.
read two novels of the manga,
Yeah.
and I was still so desperately lost.
It's just, I guess
Yeah.
it's like Kagero Project. I know there's a lot of people talking about Kagero Project even now. There's this guy on YouTube, Breadbox or something. I
Mhm.
follow him on Twitter. His name is like David. He does like a bajillion videos on like Vocaloid and explaining Kagero Project. I'm like, wow, he has some like dedication because like I looked at the video for explaining all of Kagero Project. It was like an hour long.
Oh,
It's like
wow.
he sat in front of like this whiteboard, writing everything out, and I'm like, I don't know if I can watch this.
Oh,
It takes
wow.
forever.
Yeah. I sort of like living with the base knowledge of
Mhm.
everything in Kage Pro and just sort of like I'm good with that, you know?
Yeah.
These teenagers in summer with crazy eye powers. Like I'm
Mhm.
good with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever get into Nikagura School Suite?
I got into it a little bit cuz there was GB Phonic, she
Mhm.
did some covers of it, some of the songs, and I was like, wow, amazing, brilliant. And but that was about it. I love the
Yeah,
art though; it's very
yeah,
pretty.
it's very nice. I never really got into it. I guess because I was too busy doing Kagero project, just focusing on that my whole life, just on that. And I never
Mhm.
really got into it. And so I was listening to some of the songs by Last Note, and like they're really nice. There are a lot of I think most of them are Gumi songs, but they're really nice, and the music videos as well. Very
Mhm.
very nice, very beautiful. But I don't know. I never got into it. The one thing I was salty about is
Uh-huh.
they both had animes come out at the same time, 2014, and I was really mad because their anime was so much better than the one for Kage Pro. I was really
Oh,
mad about that. I don't
yeah.
know.
The Kage Pro, I was thinking about that the other day, how
Mhm.
the Kage Pro anime could have been so great.
I know it could have been great, but like,
Like, it was even produced by, like, Shaft, which made, like, Madoka Magica,
yeah,
and it's like, it could have been so great,
they
you
could have. And
know?
like, even to this day, I have this. I hate Shaft for what they did to Kage Pro. I hate them. I
Yeah.
would never forgive them.
Yeah. I think it was like a rushed project or something, but, ugh, every day, it could have been so great, but no.
they came out with the better version in the Blu-ray, but like you can't you can't go back. Did you see the Ayano episode with the
Yeah.
bad CG? I
Yeah.
can't get over it.
Yeah, oh
It's
my
been
god, I
years.
remember that. Oh, they really said, "Let's get a 3D model."
Mhm.
Yeah, and I've it's so wild because that's, like, such an important part of the Kagepro story, right? When Ayano, like, sort of, like, becomes the older sister to, like, Kiddo, Kano, and Seto, and they just, like, threw it all out.
Like
They're like,
no,
"No."
not for you. Uh,
So
uh,
ugly.
I heard some people say that Mikagura's anime wasn't that great either, but like I saw a trailer for it and it looked like 10 times better than Mikaku City Actors, and I'm like,
I mean, the bar is on the floor.
I know. I was so bad. I don't know.
Yeah.
I never really got into Mikagura, so I guess that's why I never
Mhm.
watched it. But it looks cool.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either. I wonder what Jin thinks of Mecha City Actors.
I don't know.
I would be embarrassed. I would not associate. Oh my
But
god. That must be so I don't frustrating, I guess, to like work so long, like make 16 songs and just like have it all just be, mushed together, slandered, whatever. Yeah.
yes. Oh, I didn't add this one, but what's it called? There's another like Vocaloid project. It was
Are you talking about the Honeyworks one?
no, but we can't talk about. I was thinking talk about Honeyworks. I should have added that too. I was thinking about all these things and I totally forgot to add important ones. It was a bad in night. The whole series of
Oh my
that.
god, yes.
Yeah, and that one's specifically like Vocaloid based. Like there's not like any like original character.
Yeah. Yeah, it's literally like Miku
Uh-huh.
kills the other ones.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm like
Yeah.
I know. I saw on Amazon. They had like a novel or a manga come out. There's a few of them, I think. They're going
Yeah.
places, I guess.
Yeah. The the Bad at Night series is so like catchy. It's such a good song series. It's much like I don't know what it is with Vocaloid producers and just like, yeah, we're gonna make 18 different timelines, you know?
I know.
It's also it also has that like in route A, in route B, in route XX or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
And like the just in general, the songs from like the two collaborating producers, Yama and Hito Shizuku. I had to look it up. All their songs are just very creative and like very story based.
Yeah, yeah.
And I love the illustrator.
Yeah, yeah, me too. They're so pretty. I know they're now making a song series about like vampires or something.
Yeah. It's
Yeah. Or at least they were. I kind of like check up on them like
yeah.
every once in a while to see what they're doing, and I saw it's called like Holy Grail or something. It's like this Rin song where she's like a nun but also a vampire, and then like the Len song version is like a vampire hunter. It's this whole thing. They also made is it called Vocaloid in New York or something like that?
Here. Alice in New York.
Alice in New York, that's what it's called, yes. Yeah, they make some really cool songs. No one does it like them. No one. No one is as weird and creative, I guess, to say, yeah, let's make non-vampires.
One of their songs I really like was like Party Party. I don't know if it's
Oh,
one
Party
like
Party,
that
yeah.
one's one of my favorite, like the whole like D&D esque kind of like
Mhm.
fantasy thing, and I'm like, oh, that's really cool. I really like that.
Yeah, yeah. They also made this like a Peter Pan-esque sort of
Oh yeah,
series. Yeah.
that one.
where like they I'm trying to remember the story. Like Len is Peter Pan
Mm.
and he's like, "Yeah, I'm a kid." And then he fights Kaido, Captain Hook. And then he like becomes corrupted Len or something. And then he like kills Kaido and becomes the Captain Hook. And like the cycle continues or whatever.
I love that one.
Blew my mind.
I just forgot it. I was just thinking of it and I totally forgot. Oh, Messiah and the Tower of I, something like that. Have you heard of that one?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's so many like good like choruses of it, and I'm like, this is so wonderful. I really love that song.
You know, what really it reminded me of was the Kimu series with
Oh
the
yeah.
Vox.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was like a mainly IA and Gumi series where it had like the box or whatever, and you would like wish for something, but like the Pandora's box or whatever, and like the wish would like corrupt and like turn on you or whatever. Yeah, that's 10,000 years in a light story. 10,000 years. 10
10,000 years and an overnight story.
overnight story. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's part of that series.
Yeah.
And that one Gooby song, it's like time traveler some oh my god, I don't remember. That's so embarrassing.
No,
um
there's so many songs. Is it like the one
mhm.
where the Gumi Ring song where they're like
It's the oh, Invisible? Invisible, yeah, is part of it all. Yeah. But I was thinking of the she has like a she has like a orange jacket and it's like
oh
furry and
life reset button.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow, yeah. We did it. We figured it out.
Figured it out.
I
Yeah,
really liked Life Reset Button
yeah,
and
really great.
Invisible.
If I never got into Kagepro, that's what I would have been into. Like that kind of like
Yeah, it's really good.
so many producers released like light novels based on their music. I think he had one because I read the wiki for Kemu a while ago.
Yeah.
I think there was a light novel because they were talking about characters on different stuff. So I was like, I don't know, but I don't know if it was ever translated into English. So I don't know if I'll ever get to read that.
Yeah, I don't know either because I don't think I've ever read it. But I was super into it too. I was like, yeah, with all the connecting dots and this and that. You know. I the three big ones I was into was Evilus, Kage Pro, and Vox, I think. Those are the three big ones I was into.
He released a song. It wasn't recent, but it was fairly recent. A couple years ago, it was "Dear Doppelganger." When that came out, it was mm, plunged me back into the depths of like chemistry. Like, wow,
Yeah.
wonderful, I'm back here. And then he went
Yeah.
dead silent again. I'm like, why?
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. Kimmy released Your Doppelganger and then was like really quiet. And now Kimu is did song the collaborative song with Deco, Sekai for Project Sekai. Yeah, it's a really good song. And like you can clearly hear the Kimu in it. Like it has the sort of like guitar sort of
Yeah,
Kimu.
I love that about like producers collaborating together. You can hear their distinct music styles, and it's like, wow, wow.
Wow. Yeah.
I think Kimu and Jin did a collaboration for the 10th anniversary Miku album.
Really?
And you could hear their distinct styles, and I'm like, wow, this is really great because I love both of them so much. And just meshing them together, it's like, wow, this is powerful.
Yeah, yeah, truly. I'm trying to remember some other cool collabs. If oh, there was Ghost Rule. Neru did a cover of Ghost Rule for the Ghost album,
Oh, I think I saw that. Maybe.
and it goes really hard, and it's so weird to listen to because it's so different from Deco's,
Mhm.
and it's like clearly Neru's, a
Yeah.
lot of horns, a lot of percussion kind of thing.
Mm.
Reen.
Mhm. Did you ever see that for Kairiki Bear? He released like a remix album of his previous album with different Vocaloid producers.
I I I saw it, but I didn't listen to it. I
I,
love Kairiki Bear though.
it's great. I bought the album for that because I wanted the keychain that came with it. It was really cute. It was one of the girls you see on like the music videos for his thing,
Mhm.
but I didn't get it in time. But
Oh
I
no!
because it already sold out by the time I found out. I'm like, oh, why? And
I
but
know.
I have the album. If you want to listen to it, I will send it to you. It's really
Yeah.
great.
Which producers are on it?
Wait, here, I'll grab it.
Heck yeah.
There's Mario 2, Kemu's on there too.
Mm.
Pinocchio P,
Ooh.
Harunoke Gohan.
Oh, tasty.
I don't really know this one. This producer that much. Onuma Pasiri.
Oh, I'm not familiar.
Nido Kajitsu's on it too. That's another reason
Ooh.
why I bought it because I love Nido Kajitsu. I know there's a lot of great producers on this album.
Wow.
Oh, Crusher also did an English cover.
Oh, really?
Alice. It's great
Wow.
too. I think that's all the ones I know. Inaba Kumori, the last umbrella guy. He
Mm.
that one too. It's great. I love that one. It's wonderful. I don't know. I bought it because it was like because Kairiki Bear he was revealing different all the remixes on Twitter, and I'm like, these are so great, and like just having it, it's like owning a piece of Vocaloid history because it's like all these
Oh,
wonderful producers coming together and just collaborating on these like really great Kairiki Bear songs. It's wonderful. I
yeah.
loved it.
Wow. Yeah, I think that reminds me of the Miku mixes that producers used to make in like 2010 or 11, where they had like different producers make songs and they put them all on one CD. That
Mhm.
reminds me of that.
Did you want to talk about Honeyworks?
Uh, I I I don't know much about Honeyworks. It's so funny. Yeah, I I know the baseline. Like it's a bunch of like high school kids as always, and it's like drama or whatever. But I'm respectfully staying away because it's the universe for Honeyworks is so big. But I'm like, yeah, pretty song, but I have no idea what's happening. you know?
Pretty sure they also had an anime come out for their series as well.
I
See,
think it was a movie, if
it's
I'm
a movie.
not correct.
Okay,
I
maybe
think it was
it
a
was,
movie.
but it was
Maybe.
I don't know. I I really liked Honeyworks. What's her name? I forgot her name. Yamako. I love her
Mm.
illustration style. It's so colorful and bright and
Yes. Such a wonderful style.
yeah, and they have a few different illustrators. I think they have Moge Latte as well. I love them. They're cool. It's I don't know. I love like the manga style that Yamako does
Yeah,
with Honeyworks. It's
it's
just
so cool. I think they collabed all like three quote unquote Honeyworks artists in that one V Flower Gumi song where they're like fireworks, summer festival kind of thing.
oh yeah. Yes.
I I
That one's
don't
good.
remember the name of the song, but it's very good.
Kyo Summer Session.
Ah, yeah.
I love that song.
hmm I am in desperate need of more Gumi V Flower.
I was actually looking up V Flower and I didn't know this, but Yamako she illustrated the V3 box art for it, and I didn't even know that because it looks
What? It looks so different.
I thought it was so different. This is like 2014, not 2014, maybe. Maybe it was. I think that's when she came out. And I didn't even recognize it because her style has changed so much. And like, wow.
Wow, that's so crazy.
Anyway, I really like the
Anyway.
V. I really like the flower. I like her crazy ponytail. I was really sad in like the new versions that they made of her. They got rid of the ponytail, but I really like the ponytail.
Really? I really like V4 flower when they just cut it all off. um have you seen Flower Talk? Have you seen the design?
Yeah, it was really cute. I really
Oh,
liked it. I mean, anything flower, I'm gonna like.
I think it's so ugly. Oh my god. Yeah, when I first saw it, I was so, like, underwhelmed because it's, like, the jacket's cool, but, like, the crop top, like, the very short crop top over, like, the, uh,
Shorts.
lace and the shorts
I
and
didn't
the,
like the
like
shorts.
the
The
shorts
outfit,
I
the
don't
outfit's kind of, but I like what they did with her hair. That's about it.
the outfit is so ugly. It's so ugly. I definitely liked, the sort of androgynous nature of V Flower.
I
Yeah.
really, yeah, voice. That's what makes her voice so unique. I really love it. I really hate how some producers will make her tune her like really really high, kind of like Miru
Yeah.
Kaji, and it just kind of takes away from like the like what I don't know what it's called,
The,
but
like
like her like deeper voice is a lot better to listen to than like the really high pitched kind
mhm.
of squishy ones that I don't really like. But she's
Yeah,
overall she's pretty.
she's so great. Yeah, her range is definitely lower.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, I think you know Oswald, the really popular V Flower song? I think that's why I don't like it. Yeah, because it's like it's really high pitch V flower, and then like the way the producer, I don't remember their name, uh,
Niru
Niru,
Kajitsu.
yeah. Um, the way they just kind of make up whatever they want with that song, it goes all over the place.
Yeah.
But I do like some other Niru songs, like hold on, I'll think of it. um, the one. It's really yellow. Hold on.
I
Deuce. 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 Deuce is very good.
don't think I've ever heard that one.
Oh, it's very good. It's it's very funky.
Yeah, his artistic style is very funky overall.
Yeah, it's very I'll do what I want.
Yeah, yeah, and to be honest, if I really like the illustrator Wuma. I that's
Yeah.
probably the only reason I really like the songs is because I would watch the music videos like on and on and on because they're so cute, they're so wonderful. I love their art style. It's so nice. I guess that's the only thing that kept me from not liking the song because in general I don't really like high pitchy flower tuning
Mhm.
because they came out with an album. Yuruka Jitsu, his new album Chimney came out. I was trying to listen to it, but he didn't really have any, like music videos leading up to it, so I didn't really know that much about it. I listened to it and I didn't really like it that much.
Mhm, mhm.
That was the music videos were kind of the only thing that I really liked about his
Yeah, I
stuff.
feel that.
He's still a really great producer nonetheless.
Yeah, the song, by the way, I was thinking of is Traffic Jam.
Our Traffic Jam, yeah.
That's just for me, so I don't hit myself on the head for forgetting it.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah.
Funky.
Yeah, I totally know what you mean. Like, John, the producer, has some like really good songs, but like some of the other ones, I'm like, eh,
Yeah.
eh, you know?
Yeah.
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 Like, I'd listen to probably 2 or 3 John songs But other than that, I don't think I'd listen to, like, a John album, you
Mm,
know?
yeah, I feel you. I haven't really listened to his stuff that much either, really. I don't
It's
really.
very, it's also, I feel like, similar to, Niru in the
Mm-hmm.
sense that it's very free form,
Mm-hmm.
but they use Miku more than, Flower.
Okay.
What are we talking about?
We were talking about we were talking about Honeyworks, and then we went off on a tangent.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Hold on,
but
let me see our time. Hold on. We're at 2 hours. Should we cut it?
okay, all right then. I guess we'll have to cut it there, and we'll.
Yeah.
Mm, there's not that much left. We'll have to finish the rest. There's like
Oh, yeah, I guess we can quickly just kind of
okay, very
God,
quickly.
we
And
just never shut up, huh?
there's so much to talk about though.
Yeah. Yeah, so very quickly, because this has been going on forever. After sort of the big sort of hit with like mainstream, there's like a bunch of different collaborations with Miku, including the Scarlett Johansson one, which is
It's your
very
hand. Mhm.
"Hey Miku, this is Scarlett" kind of thing.
Just believe in
Um,
yourself.
believe in yourself, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Um, she opened for Lady Gaga in
Mm.
2014, and she was gonna go to Coachella this year, but thank you to the Rona, she's not, you
Oh,
know? Yeah.
that's so sad.
Maybe next year? Maybe?
Maybe
I don't know how Coachella works.
neither. We're just out in the desert, just singing.
Out in the desert. I hope they play Sand Planet, that would be
Oh,
amazing.
that would.
Yeah.
That would be.
And then, of course, with Vocaloid, there's Utao, CVO, Voiceroids, Synth V, all those kinds of things. We talk a lot about V flowers, so
Yeah.
we got that covered. And then we have Vocaloid 5.
Yes. Vocaloid 5. It's
Vocaloid
kind of
5.
sad.
I remember people. Do you remember when people were excited for it? They were like, "Ooh, Vocaloid 5, new
Yeah,
Vocaloids,"
they're
kind of
like,
thing.
wow, they got all these fancy doodads and whatnot. I don't know that much about Vocaloid, but everyone seemed to be really excited for all this like new.
Yeah, and they released Meika, Hime, and Mikoto, and I was jazzed about them. Non-binary Vocaloids. Hell
Yeah.
yeah. But and then V5 came out, and
Mm.
everyone was like, "Ew, actually,
This
actually,
this this sucks.
ew." Actually, ew. And
Hmm.
I didn't understand like at all. I still don't really because I'm not like a tuner or anything.
Same.
Um so I'm just like I don't really know what's happening. It's like a different world when it comes
Yeah.
to tuners.
Yeah,
um
I just know like a tiny bit because I used to play with the Tau a little bit and Synth V, but like it's kind of hard to get in if you're like a really you don't know anything beginner, I guess.
yeah, yeah. But from my understanding, it's like V5 like crashes a lot and like doesn't have the right things in it, and V4 is just like way better in regards to V5. And so V5, since it was like bad, people didn't like update voice banks and
Yeah.
stuff. Like they didn't create new vocaloids and update voice banks.
Yeah.
And then Krypton was like, we'll just leave. I remember that. Yeah, they just didn't update Miku, which was wild. you
Like
know?
I've listened to some people use Vocaloid 5. It does sound really nice. I know the Akira, he uses a lot of Vocaloid 5 for his new songs. You can hear it. You can really hear it
Really?
with that what's it called? The vocal, when you're kind of froggy in the throat. people like that because it's
Uh-huh.
realistic now. But he uses that so much, and I'm like, okay. But that's the thing. I think the thing with Vocaloid 5, I was reading some tweets about Vocaloid P's like ranting about it. It's like how Yamaha just like they're like the powerhouse for like Vocaloid. They made it, so,
Mm,
but how like the prices associated with other companies to make voice banks is just so ridiculously high that a lot of companies like Gynoid, Krypton, going to they're seeking other ways for their vocal synthesizers, and that kind of made me sad because I really like Vocaloid, and like by now Krypton's Miku's not really going to be considered a Vocaloid anymore because she's going
yeah,
to have her own platform.
yeah. I saw this tweet that was like, "She's no longer a Vocaloid in love."
But yeah, it's kind of sad because like you see, I've listened to like how far she's come, how far her voice banks
Mhm,
are updated, and how much better they get each time. But like in the Krypton's like Hatsune Miku new type NT or whatever, it's like it's
mhm.
going like a step back.
Yeah, it definitely feels like V2 Miku, that like softer, cuter Miku.
Yeah.
And I've only heard like demo songs, but she definitely needs some work. But
Hmm.
I believe in Miku, and I believe in Krypton, and I believe in all these other companies.
I
It's so, it kind of feels like you're watching like your parents fight,
Yeah. You're
watching
like,
Krypton and
I'll take
Yamaha.
it. He's back.
Yeah.
Hmm. What kind of made me sad was like how a lot of Vocaloids, like previous Vocaloids, didn't get like new voice banks for like V4 or like V5. Like Ia, I really love Ia, especially because Okagero Project. She's one of my
Mhm.
favorites. Her voice is really wonderful and really grand. Her voice provider also speaks English, and I was really excited about that because Ia singing in English. Wow, it's gonna be great. And then they didn't make a Vocaloid bank for her, and I was
Uh,
kind of sad because just thinking about it, it would have been so like wonderful to hear. I felt like
yeah.
a really like kind of lost opportunity.
Lisa is the one who voices IA, is that right?
These no, it's Leah. Leah, her name is Leah.
Leah. Oh, I thought it was Lisa, the singer. I don't know where I thought that from. You say Ia. I
Yes,
say IA.
I'm pretty sure it's Ia because
Is it Ia?
I think so. Yeah,
Is it?
yeah.
Oh
And
my god.
in like they have like Ia talk or whatever. And whenever she introduces herself, she's like Ia. I'm like, oh, okay. So
Uh,
I'm pretty sure that's how you say it.
is it really?
Yeah.
I have been saying IA for ever. For so long.
I know a
'Cause I
lot of.
just thought it was, like, initials, you
Mhm,
know? You have IA and then you have 1.
mhm.
Well.
I don't think it's one. I think it's One.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was wondering about that too because I was like, how do you say this? I listened to their talk show because they have them like talking or something. They're like, oh, my name's Ia, my name's One. I'm like, okay, there we
Oh
go.
my god. I have been pronouncing them wrong, both of them. Oh my god. That's so funny. Oh, wow.
Ia got her name from her voice provider, which is Leah. So Leah minus the L, Ia. I guess that's what I kind of assumed. I don't know. I didn't know people said IA.
I don't know if anyone else says IA. That might just be me.
We should do a poll. What do you say? If you got
Yeah, yeah. I have a friend though who for the longest time he said Tito instead of Teto. And I was like, wow. How did you mess that up that
I'm like, I didn't even know who you're talking about in the beginning. I'm like, who?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Tito Kasane.
But yeah, it was really kind of disappointing to see how they didn't have a Vocaloid Bank for Ia English. That made me really sad because that would have been so great. They did have a Sevio Bank for her. That's how she got her own English bank. It's for the Sevio program, but I don't really like it as much because it's not as like clear as her like Vocaloid is. You know.
Yeah. I haven't heard that many Ia songs, like English Ia songs.
Maybe it's just me because I am a massive Ia fan. She has a few, what are they called, demo songs.
Mm.
They're okay, and I know Ghost made a Ia English song.
Oh.
That's the only time I've ever seen like any producers use her. That's about it. You know,
Um,
I don't really know how Sevio works in comparison to Vocaloid or
I don't
anything.
know anything about tuning, like, at all.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
could just be, like, talking so, like, much about nothing, and
yeah,
then a tuner could be listening to us like, "That's not anything, that's not how
yeah.
that works." We would not know, like, yeah. Yeah,
That's it. That's all I know.
yeah. Maybe we should invite, like, a tuner or something and just, like, have them sit us down and explain how
Yes.
it works.
Explain to us. Show us. Do
Yeah.
your magic.
Yeah, exactly. Um, yeah, the last thing, Miku NT will come out hopefully soon.
Yeah, I think they're trying to do like another release for her birthday or the
Mhm.
anniversary, whatever. I think that's what they're going for, or less from what the website I was reading from. I mean, when would be a better time to do it? You know?
Yeah. Yeah, and they always like to, like, release stuff on her birthday too, and do stuff on her birthday,
Yeah.
you know? Though, I don't have they released the other like, have they said what the other voice banks are? Because I know Miko NT has, like, 3 other voice banks.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
don't know. I know very little.
Yeah.
I didn't look
Our
to.
brains, so
Mhm.
small. Oh, yeah, so we're just kinda waiting. This is, like, present now. We're just kinda waiting to see where Miku NT will go.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see if they'll redesign her
Ooh.
because it's such a big move, you know? Like, I don't think they'll, like, you know, cut off her hair
Yeah.
like
Oh.
Flower,
Mhm.
but I'm wondering if they'll, like, change her outfit again, like, the really drastic change from, like, V2 to V3, I felt like was such a big change, you know? I wonder if they'll update her.
It just from what people were talking about, they're like, oh, they changed her hair or something. Like her hair is thicker, like in like V2 Miku, very
Mm.
thick pigtails or something like that.
I'm excited. I love big hair Miku.
Mm-hmm.
All the fluff. I love it. I
Oh,
love it.
very nice.
Should we wrap it?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been talking for 2 hours. 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Oh,
So we should probably cut it.
you want to plug ourselves?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's so smart. You can find me at Tuesday underscore art pretty much anywhere on Twitter, on Instagram, anywhere. Where can they find you?
I'm Tadashi on Twitter. I have Instagram. I also have a TikTok, but like, no, I don't know if you want to go there. If you're cool with the TikTok pics.
Thank you for listening, and we'll talk more about Vocaloid later. Yes.